God says this is about the home where you are currently residing, and it cannot wait any longer. I am making every effort to reach you, and you have only 5 minutes left before something shifts forever. There is no additional time to postpone or hesitate. This message is not intended to frighten you, but rather to awaken you. I love you deeply, but I can no longer remain silent while danger moves around you like a shadow preparing to strike. Comment. Amen. If your heart is receptive to hearing my voice, you have sensed it, have you not, my child? That feeling of heaviness in the atmosphere of your dwelling. That strange sense of unrest that appears without any reason. That heaviness is not a product of your imagination. That silent tension is not normal or ordinary. What you are perceiving is the weight of spiritual battles intensifying around the place where you lay your head to rest. The enemy has crept into what I designed to be your safe haven and sanctuary, but I will not permit him to remain there. I, the Lord your God, am lifting my voice now because your protection is important to me. I created your home to be a place of peace, not a place of torment, a place of rest, not a place of anxiety, a place where my presence flows freely, not a place where the enemy camps in hiding. I am revealing these signs to you because I need you to take action. You have looked away too many times, convincing yourself that everything is all right. But my spirit has been prompting you gently for weeks, and today I am not merely prompting. I am communicating with clarity. I am summoning you out of your procrastination. Comment 111 if you believe this message is intended for you. There are things occurring beneath that roof that I have not sanctioned or allowed. I am not referring only to the things you have done. This goes much deeper. There are spiritual assignments connected to that property. Old agreements, lingering spirits, and dark influences from the past that were never properly cleared away. Some of these things were established long before you ever set foot inside. But because you are chosen, because you carry my name, you can no longer live alongside things that oppose my spirit. You have been waking up feeling exhausted, even after sleeping through the night. You have observed relationships becoming strained and tense inside that home. You have heard arguments erupting that never used to happen before. You have felt fear in rooms that once felt completely safe. All of this is not random or coincidental. It is a signal, a warning sign. I have been trying to protect you from things you cannot see with your natural eyes. And now I need you to pay attention before the spiritual tension grows even stronger and more intense. The atmosphere of your home must be taken back and reclaimed. Like this video if you feel my voice shaking something deep down within your soul. I am commanding you to purify and cleanse your space, not out of superstition, but out of obedience to me. Speak my name out loud in every single room. Anoint your doors and your windows. Remove any objects that you know carry darkness within them. Turn off music and shows that invite confusion and disorder. There is no longer any room for mixing the holy with the unholy. If it does not bring glory to me, it cannot stay. You cannot ask me for peace while you continue to entertain chaos. Comment 222. If you trust me to guide you in your very next step, you may think it is something small, but the enemy gains legal ground through small doors that are left open. The arguments, the nightmares, the sudden financial difficulties, the broken trust between loved ones, none of it is a coincidence. I am pulling back the veil today, revealing what the enemy hoped you would never recognize or understand. But now that you have heard me, you are responsible for what you now know, and I will help you if you allow me to. Do not run away from this warning. Run instead into my open arms. This is not just about a house or a building. It is about your covering and your protection. Your environment matters because your spirit is affected by what surrounds it. If the enemy can affect your environment, he can then affect your mind. If he can get access to your mind, he can distract you from walking in your destiny. This is the reason I am speaking with such urgency, because you are getting close to your next assignment, and the enemy is fully aware of it. You are not losing your mind or going crazy. That feeling you have been having about the home, that quiet whisper you have been choosing to ignore, that growing discomfort deep in your spirit, it is me reaching out to you. I have been trying to protect you by giving you discernment, but now the time has come for action. You cannot survive spiritually in an atmosphere that fights against the anointing you carry. I will not allow the place where you rest your head to become the place where the enemy establishes his plans. I am your defender and protector. I am your shield of protection. I am the God who warns you because I love you deeply. I see what you are unable to see. I go where you cannot go, and I fight battles that you do not even know exist, but I cannot fight against what you continue to permit and allow. Your authority matters and carries weight. You must reclaim it for yourself. Walk through your home with my word on your lips and in your heart. Declare that every spirit that is not from me must flee immediately. Speak words of peace. Speak words of power. Speak my presence back into every single room. I am preparing to send a fresh wind into your house. I am restoring the peace that was stolen from you. I am healing the tension that has taken hold. I am resetting the entire atmosphere, but I need you to cooperate with me and take action. When you obey what I ask, I step in with all of my force and power. You do not fight this battle alone. You do not go to war by yourself. I am standing right there with you. I am for you and on your side. I have already secured the victory, but you must take action now. My child, do not let 5 minutes go by thinking this message is not meant for you. The enemy is hoping that you will delay and put this off. He grows strong when you remain passive and do nothing. But when you rise up, when you speak my name with authority, when you invite me back into your space again, everything changes completely. The enemy cannot continue to occupy a place that I fill with my presence. The darkness cannot remain where my glory makes its home. And I am ready to make my home fully in your dwelling once again. Prepare your home as if it is holy ground, because in the places where my children invite me with reverence and honor, I show up and I bring miracles with me. Doors that have remained closed for a long time will begin to open wide. Nightmares will be transformed into dreams that are filled with my voice. Hearts that have been strained and hurt will begin to soften and heal. I will accomplish what no human effort could ever achieve because I am the Lord your God. Comment 333 to declare your faith that your home is being protected and guarded right now. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file just exposed a 9-word pattern that activates wealth-attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily and watch money flow like water into your life, but the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are not alone in this journey. I have assigned angels to stand guard over your dwelling place, but you must clear out the things that do not line up with who I am. Let go of what I have asked you to release from your grasp. Stop holding on to things that make you feel safe, but are secretly keeping you trapped and stuck. You must stop right now. You must place your trust in me now. You must allow me to restore what has been broken, and it all begins with your surrender to me. What I am about to do inside your home will be undeniable and impossible to ignore. I will leave no room for doubt or confusion. My presence will settle so deeply that even visitors who come will sense it. Children will sleep peacefully through the night. The whole atmosphere will change and shift. Why will this happen? Because when I step into a place, peace follows me. And peace is not just an emotion or a feeling. It is my presence making itself known in a tangible way. The moments that are coming next are sacred and holy. Do not scroll past this message. Do not shrug it off or dismiss it. Listen carefully to what I am telling you. This is not just another word or another message. This is a divine intervention, a heavenly interception. I am interrupting your normal routine because I am about to rewrite the story of your life. And it begins right in your own home. The place where your spirit finds rest. The place where your future begins to unfold. The place where I want to live fully, completely, and without any resistance from you. Let me come in, my child, fully and completely, without holding back conditions, without being afraid, without making excuses. I am standing right here. I am waiting for you, and I will never abandon you or leave you alone. I will rebuild your life from the inside out, starting deep within. I will silence every spiritual storm that rages around you. I will restore everything the locusts have consumed and destroyed. But you must take action before these 5 minutes come to an end. You are my beloved child, and your home is about to become sacred and holy ground once again. Comment 555. If you feel my spirit calling you to pay attention and be alert, The enemy has been working hard to make you numb and unaware of what is truly happening around you. He wants you to dismiss the warning signs that are right in front of you, to normalize the spiritual heaviness you feel, to adapt and get used to things that are not from me. But I will not allow you to settle down in a space that is secretly causing harm to your soul. I did not place you there to suffer quietly in silence. I placed you there to carry my glory and to be a light. And now I need you to take back everything that has been slowly stolen from you while hidden in the shadows. You keep wondering why the blessings seem to be delayed, why your prayers feel like they are hitting a wall, why your rest feels disturbed and uneasy. The enemy's plan was never loud or obvious. It was always quiet, creeping in slowly, deceptive and hidden. But now I am shining a bright, powerful light into every hidden corner where darkness tried to hide. You are not crazy or losing your mind. You are not weak or lacking strength. You are not just imagining the weight you feel pressing down on you. What you are feeling is the result of spiritual friction and opposition, and I am here to pull you out of it before it pulls you under completely. I never intended for your home to become a battleground filled with fear. I designed it to be a garden filled with peace and tranquility. I placed my promise of blessing over your roof and over your dwelling. But just as it happened in the scriptures, when idols were brought into the temple, my presence could no longer live there in its fullness. Today, I am asking you to do the very same thing. Remove anything that I never gave my approval to. You do not need to understand everything completely. You simply need to trust me and obey. What you remove in obedience to me, I will replace with my glory and my presence. Comment 12:12. If you believe that I am protecting and watching over your home today, your spiritual authority is much stronger than you realize. I have placed my spirit deep within you. When you speak my word out loud, all of heaven stops to listen. When you pray with faith and belief, angels are sent out on assignment. But if you remain silent and do nothing, the enemy will continue to operate without any challenge. That is why I am calling you to take charge and rise up, not with fear and trembling, but with faith and confidence. Walk through every part of your home and declare out loud that it belongs completely to me. Speak words of blessing and favor over all your rooms. Lay your hands on your doorposts and frames. Call down my peace to cover everything like a protective blanket. This is not just a ritual or a religious act. It is about relationship with me. I want your home to be filled with worship and praise once again. I want your mornings to begin with praise and thanksgiving, not with panic and worry. I want your nights to be filled with peaceful rest, not with restlessness and tossing. I want your children to laugh and play without carrying the weight of unspoken tension. And I want you to finally feel completely safe and secure in the place where you live. This is the promise I made to you. This is what I am restoring and bringing back to you, but I will not force my way into your space. You must invite me in and welcome me. I'm fully aware of the things that have taken place in that house. I know about the tears you cried when no one else was watching. I know about the arguments that shattered your peace and left you broken. I know about the things spoken over you in anger that wounded your heart. I know about the fears you tried to push down and silence, but none of those things have any power over me, and they no longer have any power or hold over you either. When you welcome me in and open the door, I rewrite the history of that place. I do not just patch things up temporarily. I make everything brand new. Some of you have been thinking about moving away from where you are. Others have been crying out to me for a way to escape. But before you go anywhere, I need you to take spiritual authority right where you are standing, because no matter where you go, you carry your own atmosphere along with you. If you do not fight and overcome now, you will simply face the same battles again later somewhere else. But if you take a stand now and exercise dominion in my name, you will see chains break that have been tied to your family for many generations. Comment 777. If you feel my presence bringing clarity and understanding to your spirit, do not wait for someone else to step up and lead in this moment. You are the one I chose for this task. You are the one I equipped with everything you need. You are the one carrying the anointing inside your own home. The peace you have been longing for is not going to come from outside sources. It will rise up from within you when you make room for me. And when you finally do make that room, the darkness will tremble and shake. The oppression that has weighed you down will lift and disappear. The fear that gripped your heart will lose its hold and let go. Because in any place where I am welcomed with open arms, no weapon that is formed against you will be able to stand. I am already moving and taking action right now. Even as you are reading these words, my spirit is walking through the very halls and rooms of your house. I am positioning angels to stand guard by your doors. I am clearing the air and making it pure. I am stirring your heart and waking you up, because this moment is not random or accidental. I planned it in advance. I arranged for it to happen right now. I brought you to this exact moment in time because I love you too much to allow the enemy to stay even one more day. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Everything is changing and shifting right now. This is not just a message you are reading. It is a moment of transformation taking place. Every lie that told you your home could never change is being shattered and broken. Every fear that whispered the tension would never leave is losing its strength and power. My power is overtaking and overcoming everything that overwhelmed you. My light is overpowering and extinguishing every trace of darkness, and my peace is beginning to rush in and flood your space like a mighty river. But you must take this seriously and treat it with importance. Do not wait until later to take action. Waiting until later is how the enemy wins the battle. Obedience to me right now opens the door for miracles to come later. You are not the one waiting on me to move. I am the one waiting for you to say yes and agree. When you say yes to cleansing and purifying your home, you are saying yes to everything I have been holding back and reserving just for this moment. I will honor your yes and your decision. I will meet you right there in your home, and I will make that place holy and set apart once again. You are not too late to receive what I have for you. You are not too broken beyond repair, and your home is not too far gone for me to reach. I am an expert at restoration and making things new. I rebuild and restore from ruins and broken places. I take what the enemy intended to use for evil, and I turn it around for good. But you must take action now, my precious child. The clock is moving and time is passing, and you must stop right where you are. Look around you carefully and surrender your home completely to me. I will take care of everything else that needs to be done. Let me come in and take over, and I will not just fix the house you live in. I will also fix what has been breaking on the inside of you all this time. I will silence every anxious thought that races through your mind. I will mend and heal what has felt shattered and destroyed. I will anchor your spirit deep in peace that cannot be shaken, because I am the Lord your God, and I am faithful to you until the very end. Obey me now, right in this moment, and watch closely what I will do for you. Comment 999. If you feel me stirring your heart deeply in this very moment, there are spiritual assignments working against your household and family. And the enemy has been strategic and calculated in his approach. He does not always come in with loud noises and obvious attacks. Sometimes he comes in through silence, through confusion, through exhaustion that seems to have no clear cause. He comes through emotional unrest and instability, through sudden tension that erupts between people who once loved each other deeply. That tension you have been brushing off and ignoring, that heaviness you feel when you enter certain rooms in your home, that is not normal or acceptable, and I am asking you to stop pretending that it is. Your home has been under pressure and attack because it carries within it the potential of your purpose and destiny. The enemy only bothers to attack the things that he fears and is threatened by, and because I have planted destiny deep inside of you, the very place where you live becomes a target for his schemes. But I did not bring you all this way only to have the enemy move in and take over. I have watched every single attack that has come against you. I have counted every tear that has fallen from your eyes, and now I am sending this word to you like a spiritual rescue mission. I am entering the atmosphere of your home even at this very moment, and what I speak and declare will not return to me without results. This is your moment to take a stand and reclaim your space and your territory. Do not wait for another sign or another confirmation. This is the sign you have been waiting for. This is the call to action you needed to hear. You do not need to figure everything out on your own. You simply need to obey what I am telling you. When I speak and give a command, all of creation responds and listens. And right now, I am speaking peace directly into your household. I am speaking protection and safety over your children. I am speaking clarity and understanding into your relationships. I am speaking rest and calm into your mind and thoughts. But the words I speak must be joined together with your actions and obedience. Comment 10:10. If you receive this peace into your house at this very moment, walk through the place you call home and invite me to come inside, not just with empty words, but with deep reverence and respect. Invite me with purpose and intention in your heart. Turn down the volume of the noise around you. Turn away from distractions that pull your focus. Speak my name out loud with confidence. Sing songs of worship and praise into the very walls around you. Read my word out loud in the rooms that feel the heaviest and most burdened. Lay your hands on your front door and declare firmly that nothing unholy has permission to enter. Say it out loud so it can be heard. Proclaim and announce that your home belongs completely to me. This is the way you fight your battles, not by giving in to fear, but by standing strong in faith. Not by giving in to chaos and disorder, but by offering worship and praise. Not by running away in panic, but by standing firm and rooted in my name. When you do these things with sincerity, you will begin to feel the shift taking place. The very air around you will begin to change. The silence will feel different and more peaceful. The weight of pressure will lift off your shoulders. The tears you cry will no longer fall because of pain, but will fall instead because healing is taking place. And you will know without any doubt that I, the Lord your God, have stepped into your space with power and authority. There are things inside your home that need to be removed and taken away. Objects that carry spiritual weight and influence. Items that were never from me or meant for you. Gifts that were given with wrong motives and intentions. Decorations that invite fear and anxiety into your space. Media that creates an open door for torment and disturbance. You do not have to be afraid of these things. Just ask me to show you what needs to go, and I will reveal it to you, one thing at a time, step by step. And as you remove these things from your home, all of heaven will celebrate and rejoice, because every step you take toward purity and holiness makes more room for my glory to fill the space. I want you to walk through this process with boldness and courage. You are not weak or helpless. You are not small or insignificant. You are covered and protected by my authority. You are surrounded and guarded by my angels. You are filled and empowered by my spirit. Every single time you take a step in obedience to me, the kingdom of darkness loses more ground. Every word you speak in faith becomes a weapon that works against the enemy. And when you rise up and stand in the power I have placed within you, no demon in all of hell will be able to stand against you or resist you. Comment 15:15 if you are taking back your home for my glory today and declaring it belongs to me. I see and I know about the moments when you felt too exhausted to keep fighting. I see and I remember the nights when you could not sleep no matter how hard you tried. I see how you kept going and pressing forward even when it felt like everything around you was crumbling and falling apart. You did not break under the pressure. You did not run away and give up. You held on and kept believing, and I honor you for your endurance and your perseverance. But now I want to lift you up out of survival mode and bring you into a season of revival and refreshing. I want your home to be a sanctuary, a safe and holy place, not a battlefield where you constantly fight. I want the atmosphere around you to carry my presence with it, not pressure and stress. And yes, there may still be spiritual battles that come your way from time to time, but I have already won the ultimate victory for you. You do not fight and struggle in order to achieve victory. You fight and stand because the victory has already been won. The final battle was settled once and for all at the cross. My blood covers and protects your entire household. My spirit hovers over your roof and dwelling place. My angels are stationed and positioned on every side surrounding you, but you must choose to walk in this truth and believe it. Do not just believe it in your mind and thoughts. Declare it boldly with your mouth and your words. Speak words of life and hope. Speak words of peace and calm. Speak my name and invite me in. Begin to bless your home and speak favor over it every single day. Do not wait for chaos to erupt before you speak my name and call on me. Start each of your mornings with praise and thanksgiving. Let the sound of worship be what greets the sun as it rises. Let prayer be the covering that falls over your family like a warm and comforting blanket. Let my word be the very first thing that your walls hear and absorb each day. I make my home, and I dwell in the places where I am welcomed and invited, and I am ready and eager to live with you in all of my fullness and glory. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence spoken once a day is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. My precious child, I am not far away from you or distant. I am right here in this very place, and I am watching as the atmosphere around you begins to bend and change under the power of my hand. I am reclaiming and taking back the space that the enemy thought belonged to him. I am healing and purifying the very air itself. Your home is about to carry the sweet fragrance of peace, the weight and substance of my presence, the covering and protection of my power. And when visitors come to your home, they will speak and say that they feel something different in the air. That something different that they sense will be me, living and dwelling there. You have prayed and asked me for peace to come. I am the Prince of Peace himself. You have prayed and asked me for protection. I am your shield and your defender. You have prayed and asked me for clarity and understanding. I am the truth and the way. You have prayed and asked me for rest and relief. I am your refuge and your hiding place. Everything you have been needing and searching for already exists and is found in me, and I am offering all of myself, my entire being, to you right now if you will simply say yes to me. Say yes to walking in obedience. Say yes to cleansing and purifying your home. Say yes to walking through each room and declaring them to be holy and set apart for me. Say yes to removing everything that grieves my spirit and offends my presence. Say yes to covering your household again with prayer and intercession. Say yes to living by faith. Say yes to trusting me completely. Say yes to me and to my ways. This is not just a small or insignificant moment in time. This is not just another message that will pass you by and be forgotten. This is a sacred and holy appointment that I have arranged. I orchestrated and planned this exact moment so that you could hear my voice clearly and without distraction. And what you choose to do in the next few minutes carries great weight and importance. Open the door and let me come in. Let me stay and remain with you. Let me fight your battles on your behalf, and you will see miracles arise and spring forth from places that once felt broken beyond any hope of repair. Because I am God, and I have not changed. I am still the very same God who parted the sea and made a way where there was no way. I am still the very same God who shut the mouths of hungry lions and protected my servant. I am still the very same God who walked in the fire right alongside my children and kept them safe. And I am still the very same God who walks into ordinary homes and transforms them into safe havens of peace and refuge. Trust me with your whole heart, follow me and obey my voice, and your home will never be the same again, not ever. Comment 1717. If your spirit is ready and prepared to receive this truth fully and completely, the enemy grows strong and gains power when you delay and put things off. That is why he keeps whispering lies to you, telling you, do it tomorrow instead. You are much too tired to deal with this right now. It is not really that serious or important. But that lying voice is not my voice, and it does not come from me. I do not bring confusion or uncertainty to my children. I bring clarity and peace and understanding. When I speak to you, my words come with a sense of urgency for a very good reason. And today, my sense of urgency is all over you and surrounding you completely. I want your home to be covered and protected. I want your home to be cleansed and purified. I want your home to be filled to overflowing with my fire, my word, and my angels. I have watched and observed how hard you have tried to hold everything together. You have worked so diligently to make your home a place of joy and happiness. But the battles that have been breaking out around you, the emotions that have been running high and out of control, the sudden coldness and distance in your conversations, and the feelings you have of not being welcome in your very own space, All of these things are spiritual signs that something is wrong. You do not need another explanation or reason for what is happening. What you need is my intervention and my help. There is something present in the atmosphere of your home that was never sent by me or approved by me, something that has stayed and lingered far too long without being dealt with, something that was invited in, tolerated, or unknowingly carried inside without realizing it. But I am revealing it to you now, not to bring you shame or embarrassment, but to rescue and save you. My light shines on things and exposes them, not to condemn you, but to bring about restoration and healing. And I am revealing all of this to you now because you are not alone in this process of cleansing and purifying. I will do this work together with you, side by side. I will walk with you through every hallway, every room, every corner of your home, and I will not allow darkness to remain hidden or concealed any longer. Comment, Amen, if you are ready and willing to invite me back fully into your home. Speak these words with confidence and authority. My home belongs completely to the Lord. Every single corner, every single object, every single voice that speaks within these walls must bring honor and glory to God. When you speak with this kind of authority and conviction, things will begin to shift and change around you. The heaviness you have been feeling will begin to lift and rise away. The confusion you have been experiencing will begin to scatter and disappear. The silence will become filled and saturated with my presence and my peace. I want to come and live with you again, not just visit you when you feel desperate and in need, but live with you daily, richly and completely without holding back. You have been trying to sleep at night, but your dreams have been troubled and disturbing. You have been trying to focus your mind, but your thoughts keep scattering in every direction. You have been trying to grow and move forward, but your roots keep hitting something hard and solid, blocking the way. That something that is blocking you is spiritual blockage and opposition. It is not just life being difficult and hard. It is a resistance that is pushing against you, and in every place where resistance exists, I am ready and able to provide breakthrough and victory. I am not the God of stuck places and dead ends. I am the God of deliverance and freedom. Open your windows wide and welcome my wind to blow through your home. Let the sound of worship fill the air around you once again. Open your Bible and read the words out loud, not for others to hear you, but for your own spirit to receive nourishment. Let my word become a shield of protection in every single room. Let your prayers rise up and echo through your home like the sound of war drums, driving out all fear and intimidation. I am giving you authority and power to use. Take hold of it and use it boldly. Stop tolerating and putting up with things that disturb your spirit and rob you of peace. You were not created and made to live under oppression and heaviness. You were created and made to walk in victory and triumph. Comment 11:11. If you believe with all your heart that your atmosphere is changing right now by my power at work, this battle that you are facing did not begin with you or start in your generation. For some of you, it started many generations ago, long before you were born. Old wounds and injuries that were never healed, past sins and transgressions that were never dealt with, spirits that became attached to the land itself, or to objects that were passed down without prayer and covering. But just because this battle started with someone else in your family line does not mean it has to continue with you and affect your life. You are the one who has been called to break through in your bloodline and family history. You are the one I have chosen and called to rise up and declare that enough is enough and no more. And when you take your stand in my name and by my authority, the chain of bondage breaks and shatters, not only for you, but for your children and for their children who will come after you. I am breaking the cycles of bondage and oppression that have held your family captive. I am restoring peace and wholeness to your household. I am reclaiming territory that the enemy stole and occupied. This is much bigger than just furniture and floors and physical things. This is about spiritual dominion and authority. I want to transform your house into a tabernacle, a dwelling place for my presence, a place where angels can come and go freely without hindrance, a place where peace is not something unusual or rare, but is the very foundation everything is built on, a place where the enemy cannot even peek through the window to see inside, let alone cross the threshold or enter the door. This is not just about what has been going on around you in your environment. It is also about what has been going on inside of you. deep in your heart. Your heart has grown tired and weary from all the fighting. You have begun to accept dysfunction and problems as normal and acceptable. You have become numb and insensitive to the tension that surrounds you. But I am waking you up and opening your eyes, because once you taste my peace again and experience it fully, you will never want to go back to anything less. You will wonder how you ever settled for less than what I have for you. I want your living room to be filled with laughter and joy once again. I want your kitchen to be filled with warmth and love once again. I want your bedrooms to be filled with peaceful dreams, not nightmares that terrify you. I want your walls to carry and echo the sound of praise and worship. I want your floorboards to hold the weight of your prayers and your devotion. I want everything about your home to reflect and radiate my glory to everyone who enters. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing, but the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. This is what I am calling you to experience with me. Reverence, not just empty routine and habit. Do not make space for me in your life only once a week on a Sunday. Make space for me every single day, in every moment. Let your house be known throughout the heavens as a home that welcomes and treasures the presence of God. And when storms come your way, and they surely will come, your home will stand firm and strong, not because of how well it is built in the natural world with wood and stone, but because of the strong foundation of faith that you have laid in the spiritual realm. You have walked through dark valleys and difficult places, but now I am placing you in a wide open space of peace and safety. You have endured spiritual attacks and opposition, but now I am covering your roof and your dwelling with my divine protection and covering. You have been confused and uncertain about what you have been feeling and sensing, but I am giving you discernment and spiritual insight so that you will never have to second-guess what is happening ever again. When I speak and give a command, the enemy hears me, and he runs away in fear. And when you carry my voice and my authority inside your home, nothing unclean or unholy will be able to remain or stay. This is your 5-minute warning that I am giving to you. Not to fill you with fear and dread, but to bring you into alignment with my will and my purposes. There is urgency in my words right now because there is favor and blessing that is getting ready to be released. I am about to do something quickly and suddenly in your life. I am about to change the air you breathe, change the sounds you hear, change the flow and the atmosphere inside your home completely. I am not just preparing to visit you for a short time and then leave. I am preparing to come and live with you and make my home with you permanently. I am not going to come and go, coming and leaving again. I am coming to stay and remain with you forever if you will open the door and welcome me in. Now is the time for you to rise up and take action. Stand up in your home like a child of the Most High God, royal and confident. Speak my name with authority and conviction. Invite me to come in and take over completely. Remove everything that does not bring glory and honor to me. Watch closely as I replace your sorrow with joy and gladness. Watch as I replace your confusion with clarity and understanding. Watch as I replace your fear with confidence and boldness. This is not the end of your story. This is only the beginning of a holy shift and transformation in your household. I am doing this work right now, in this very moment. I am doing it quickly and without delay, and I will not stop or give up until your home becomes a sanctuary, a holy place filled with my presence. Comment 12:12. If you feel my hand moving and working in your household even now, at this very moment, the enemy's biggest goal and objective is to make you numb and unaware, to make you so accustomed and used to tension that you stop fighting against it and resisting it, to make you so used to just surviving and getting by that you stop expecting healing and breakthrough to come. But I did not call you to live a life of numbness and indifference. I called you to live a life of abundance and overflowing blessing. I called you to walk in freedom and liberty in every area of your life, and for that to become a reality in your experience, your house, the very place where you rest and refresh your soul, must be covered, cleared, and claimed, and dedicated in my name. You may feel right now like this message is coming to you too late, but I want you to know that it is not too late at all. I delayed this moment on purpose until your heart was finally ready to truly hear what I am saying to you, until your discernment and spiritual senses were developed enough to fully receive and understand what I am speaking to you. There were other times in the past when I tried to speak to you, but the noise and busyness of your life drowned out my quiet whisper and my voice. But today, I am not whispering to you quietly. I am speaking to you clearly and with authority. And I know that you can feel deep in your spirit that something significant is shifting and changing inside of you because of what you are hearing right now. There is something sacred and holy about the place where you lay down to sleep at night, the place where you pray and seek my face, the place where your children grow up and learn about life, the place where your thoughts come to rest and find peace. When that space becomes compromised and polluted, then everything that is connected to your life begins to feel confused and out of order. Your energy level drops down low. Your motivation to keep going disappears and fades away. You stop dreaming and hoping for a better future. But I am awakening your dreams and your hopes once again. I am stirring up the light that is inside of you once again. I am filling your home with the sound of breakthrough and victory once again. Comment, Amen, if you are receiving my peace into every single room of your home right now. Walk through your home with confidence like a child of royal blood and lineage, because that is exactly who you truly are. You are not helpless or unable to act. You are not vulnerable and unprotected. You are my chosen vessel, filled to overflowing with my spirit, called and appointed to stand with boldness and courage. Speak my blessing and my peace over every bedroom in your house. Speak over every object and every item in your home. Let nothing that is in your home remain untouched by my presence and my power. Everything is being renewed and made fresh. Everything is being reclaimed and taken back from the enemy. There are prayers that you have prayed that have become stuck in the air above you, unable to rise any higher. Prayers that you have been praying in that home for a long time that seem to go unanswered and unnoticed by me. I want you to know that your prayers were never ignored or dismissed, but the atmosphere around you was blocked and hindered by the enemy's activity. The enemy worked hard to create static and interference in your spiritual space so that your prayers would bounce back down to you instead of breaking through and reaching heaven above. But now, as you cleanse your home and make it pure, as you surrender yourself fully to me and my will, as you obey my commands without any further delay, that static and interference is clearing away and dissolving, and heaven itself is receiving your cries once again, loud, clear, and urgent. I am releasing fresh oil of anointing and blessing into your home. I am reigniting the flame of hope and expectation in every single room. That space in your home where you used to weep and cry alone, I am transforming it into a place of worship and praise. That corner in your home where you felt trapped and unable to escape, I am opening it up wide and making it a place of fresh revelation and insight. That door in your life that remained closed and locked, both in the natural world and in the spiritual realm, I am unlocking it and swinging it wide open. I am doing something brand new in your dwelling place, and no person or power will be able to shut what I have opened and unlocked. Comment 777. If you believe with all your heart that this is the beginning of something holy and sacred taking place in your home. And now I need you to understand something else that is very important. What I cleanse and make pure, you must guard and protect. You cannot cleanse your home with prayer and dedication and then fill it up again with chaos and disorder. You cannot remove the idols and ungodly things and then invite them back in again through distraction and compromise. This requires you to remain aware and alert at all times from now on. You must learn to treat your home as holy ground, set apart for my purposes. From this moment forward, every conversation you have, every sound that is made, every action that is taken, must carry an attitude of reverence and honor toward me. That does not mean that you have to walk around in fear and anxiety. It means walking through your life with respect and awe for what I have built and established in your home. You do not have to be perfect in everything you do. I am not asking you for perfection and flawless performance. I am asking you for a heart that honors my presence and welcomes me, a heart that listens carefully when I whisper and speak to you, a heart that obeys quickly when I prompt and guide you, a heart that repents and turns back to me when you are convicted of wrongdoing. This is the way that I am able to live deeply and intimately with my people, sharing life together. Some of you are currently living in a place that still carries spiritual residue and influence from the past. People who used to live in that house before you came, things that happened inside those walls long ago, spirits that were never confronted and dealt with properly. I see all of it clearly and completely. You do not need to know every single detail of what happened in the past. You simply need to claim and apply the blood of Jesus Christ over every room and every corner of your home. You need to walk through your house as a child of light and declare with authority that every dark force must flee and leave immediately. And I promise you that it will happen just as you declare, because in every place where I reign and rule as Lord, darkness has no choice but to run and escape. In every place where I dwell and make my home, torment and oppression cannot stay and remain. In every place where my name is lifted up and honored, peace becomes a permanent resident and fixture. Not the kind of peace that the world offers, which is temporary and uncertain, but the kind of peace that remains steady and unshaken even in the middle of terrible storms and trials. That is the exact kind of peace that I am planting and establishing in your home right now, in this very moment. Do not walk away from this word that I have spoken to you and forget it as if it never happened. Let this moment be a turning point in your life, a place of decision and commitment. Let this be the very day when everything shifted and changed for you, from fear to faith and confidence, from confusion to clarity and understanding, from spiritual attack and opposition to spiritual victory and triumph. You are not going to go back to the way things used to be before. I am sealing and protecting your home in my name forever, and anything that I seal and protect with my authority, no enemy will ever be able to unseal or break through. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence spoken once a day is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Let your home be known throughout the heavens as a house that welcomes me and makes room for my presence. Let it be known throughout the spiritual realm as a place that the enemy cannot enter or trespass against. Let your family know and understand that this home is now filled with my presence and my peace. I want your home to become a place of refuge and safety, a launching pad for your destiny and purpose, a sacred and holy space, not just for you alone, but for every person who is connected to you and comes through your doors. I am not doing all of this only for your personal comfort and well-being. I am doing this for your calling and your assignment in the world. You need a pure and clean space to be able to hear me clearly without distraction. You need an atmosphere of peace and calm in order to step fully into your purpose and destiny. You need a place to rest where my spirit can flow freely without hindrance or resistance. And now I have made it possible for you to have all of these things. You have heard my voice speaking to you. You have obeyed my commands and taken action, and now I am moving in your life with power and authority. What comes next in your journey will confirm and verify everything I have spoken to you today. You will see it with your own eyes. You will feel it in your own spirit. Other people will comment and notice the change in your home, not knowing that a divine intervention from heaven has taken place, and you will smile quietly to yourself, knowing in your heart that heaven itself stepped into your situation and intervened. And you chose to respond to my voice and obey. This is still all about your home and your dwelling place. This is still all about your covering and your protection. But most of all, this is all about your closeness and intimacy with me, your relationship with your God. I have removed the noise and the distractions that were blocking you. I have cleared the path ahead of you so you can move forward. I have drawn near to you and come close. Now it is time for you to walk in this new reality, stay in it, and protect it with all your heart. I will never leave you alone or abandon you. I will never walk away and forsake you. Your home has now become holy and set apart for my purposes, and so has your heart, deep within you. Comment 10:10. If you feel this word confirming and agreeing with what your spirit has already sensed and known. There is a stirring and a movement happening, not just in your heart, but in the very air that surrounds you and fills your home. Your obedience to my voice is shifting the weight and the atmosphere in your house. The tension that has been present is beginning to loosen its grip and relax. The unspoken heaviness that you have been carrying is starting to fade away and disappear, and that is not just a feeling or an emotion that you are having. It is a sign and a confirmation that I am moving and working in your space. I have always been near to you, close by your side. But today, I am taking up full residence in your home and making it my dwelling place. Your obedience to my voice has invited me to come in and take over completely. And in every place where I take over and establish my rule, everything changes completely and transforms. You have endured long seasons of spiritual interference and opposition, moments in time when you tried your best to worship me and you felt resistance pushing back against you. Moments when arguments and conflicts broke out between you and your loved ones for no reason that you could identify. Moments when your peace was suddenly stolen away by a wave of fear or confusion that came out of nowhere and overwhelmed you. The enemy's strategies and tactics have been subtle and hard to detect. But today, all of those strategies are exposed and brought into the light. And now, because of what I have done and because of your obedience, they are being evicted and forced to leave. Because my child is no longer willing to tolerate and put up with things that I never intended for them to have to live with and endure. I want to become your atmosphere, the very air that you breathe and live in. I want my spirit to be the thing that fills the space all around you completely. I want every step that you take inside your home to echo and resonate with peace, not pressure and stress. I want your rooms to carry worship up to me like sweet incense rising. I want your hallways to echo and ring with the sound of laughter and joy once again. I want your home to become so completely filled with my presence that even strangers and guests who enter will sense and feel me the very moment they walk through the door. Comment 11:11. If you are ready and willing to host my presence in every single part of your home, do you feel it already beginning to happen all around you? That sense deep inside that the tension is lifting and releasing its hold? That fresh breath of clean air that was not there before, filling your lungs? That small piece of peace in your chest that you thought was gone forever and would never return? That is me, moving and working in your life. I am already stepping through your doors and entering your space. I am already touching the very floor beneath your feet with my presence. I am already commanding my angels to surround your house and protect it from every side and direction. Your home is no longer a place where fear is allowed to live and dwell. It has now become a place where faith can grow and flourish and thrive. Your home is no longer a space where anxiety can take up residence. It has now become a safe haven where answers and solutions can be found. Your home is no longer marked and defined by the battles of yesterday and the past. It has now become the birthplace and origin of breakthroughs and victories. I have changed the very blueprint of your home in the spiritual realm. And anything that I have redesigned and redrawn, the enemy has no power to erase or undo. This is not just an emotional experience that will fade away with time. This is a spiritual reality that is permanent and lasting, and it is final and settled in heaven. I am sealing and completing the work that I have started in your life. I am not just brushing the surface and dealing with things superficially. I am cleansing and purifying the very foundation itself. I am removing every trace and residue of everything that tried to shake you and knock you off course. I am healing and mending the very roots of every conflict and division. I am tearing down every stronghold that tried to plant itself quietly and secretly in your home. And I am rebuilding in its place a house of praise and worship dedicated to me. Comment 17:17. If you believe and have faith that what I am rebuilding in your life will be stronger and more enduring than anything that was torn down and destroyed. Now listen carefully to me, my precious child, because after this time of cleansing and purifying comes the responsibility of keeping the door firmly shut and locked. The door that leads to fear and anxiety, the door that leads to doubt and unbelief, the door that leads to distractions and things that pull you away from me. The enemy will certainly look for a way to come back in and re-enter your home, but he will not find any opening or opportunity if you remain watchful and guarded. Guard your heart with all diligence and care. Guard your time and how you spend it. Guard your environment and what you allow into your space. Walk with me closely every single day, and your home will continue to be a sanctuary and a place of safety. Do not go back to the old patterns and habits that you had before. Do not welcome back into your home the things that I specifically asked you to remove and get rid of. When you feel that familiar tension beginning to try and sneak back into your space, do not ignore it or pretend it is not there. Confront it and speak to it directly. Use my word as your weapon and your tool. Use the authority that I have given to you. Say out loud with confidence, "This home belongs to God and to no one else. No darkness is permitted to live here or remain." Say it as many times as you need to until you believe it in your heart. Keep speaking it until the air around you shifts and changes once again. You are not powerless and unable to resist the enemy. You are fully equipped and prepared for battle. This house, your home, will become the very place where new beginnings are born and brought forth for your family and your loved ones, for your finances and your provision, for your health and your well-being, for your calling and your ministry. This house will become the place where you hear my voice more clearly than you have ever heard it before in your entire life. This house will become a gateway to heaven itself, not a gateway to fear and dread. My spirit will not just come and visit and then leave again. It will remain and stay with you permanently. I want your prayers to rise up like fire from your living room and reach my throne. I want your tears of surrender to fall like rain in your bedroom and water the ground of your heart. I want every single meal that you prepare in your kitchen to be touched and blessed by my grace. I want your children to sleep peacefully through the night without any fear, and to wake up in the morning filled with joy and excitement. I want guests who come to visit your home to experience healing and restoration just by stepping inside and being there. This is what happens when I am welcomed fully and completely into a place. I know that it has taken effort and determination for you to stay with me through this entire message. I know that the enemy has tried many times to pull your attention away and distract you, but every moment that you have chosen to stay and remain with me, you have gained something valuable and important. You have gained clarity and understanding that you did not have before. You have gained peace and calm that you were missing. You have gained protection and covering over your life. And now you have gained access to a home that carries within it the very power of heaven itself. That is not a small or insignificant thing to have. That is holy and sacred and set apart. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. And now I speak to you, and I say, rest, my child, rest. Not because the battle is completely finished and over, but because the final victory already belongs to me and is secure. Rest, not because everything in your life is perfect and without flaw, but because my presence is actively working to perfect and complete everything that concerns you. Rest, because the atmosphere around you has changed completely and permanently. Rest, because my angels are stationed and positioned all around you, ready to protect and defend. Rest, because your surrender and obedience to me has spoken louder and more powerfully than all of your struggles and difficulties combined. This is what always happens when my children choose to obey me and follow my voice. I show up and I make myself known. I take over and I establish my rule. I pour out blessings and favor. I provide protection and covering. And I come to live with you and remain, and I never ever leave you or walk away. You do not have to be afraid any longer. You do not have to wonder and question what is coming next in your life. What is coming next for you is peace, is purpose and meaning, is protection and safety. I am bringing all of these things to you, and I will sustain them and maintain them in your life, because I am God, the Almighty, and I have made your house holy and set apart for my purposes. Comment, Amen, if you are ready and prepared to receive my final touch and blessing over your dwelling place. You have allowed me to walk through every room of your home. You have obeyed my voice and cleansed everything that needed to be removed and taken away. You have reclaimed your spiritual authority and taken back what the enemy stole. And now, at this moment, I am anointing your home with something that the enemy cannot touch or affect in any way. This is not just a temporary blessing that will fade away with time. This is permanent and lasting protection that will remain with you. You are not going to cycle back into warfare and struggle again, going around the same mountain over and over. This time, I am closing the loop and finishing what I have started. This time, the door that you have shut will remain shut and locked forever. This time, peace will not just visit you from time to time. It will remain and live with you permanently. I want you to look around you now with new eyes and see things differently. That is no longer just a house, a building made of wood and stone. That is now a temple, a sacred and holy place, a refuge from the world and all its troubles, a gateway where my presence can be found and experienced. My glory will rest and remain in the most ordinary and everyday spaces of your home. The hallway where you walk back and forth, the laundry room where you do your chores, the corner that you never thought mattered or had any importance. I fill up and occupy every single space. I fill and occupy everything that you open up and make available to me, and you have opened up every single inch of your home and your heart to me. The arguments that used to echo and resound within your walls in the past will now be replaced and taken over by laughter and joy. The sadness that lingered and hung in certain rooms for a long time will now be washed away and cleansed by joy and gladness. The spiritual confusion that once clouded your sleep and troubled your rest will now break open and give way to divine dreams and revelations. I am not just healing and restoring your house, the physical building where you live. I am healing and restoring everything that ever happened inside that house, the pain and the hurt, the memories that haunt you, the traumas that wounded you. The moments that you wish you could forget and erase, all of them are being covered now by my grace and my love, washed away and made clean. Comment 999. If you believe and declare that your home is now a place of healing and restoration, not a place of hurting and pain, and I know that this journey has not been easy for you to walk through. It has been a spiritual battle and a fight just to make it to this point and reach this place. The attacks that came against you, the exhaustion that wore you down, the nights when you felt like giving up and walking away, but you did not give up and you did not walk away. And because of that fact, this victory that you are experiencing belongs to you and is yours to keep. You did not give in and surrender when the tension got heavier and more intense. You did not walk away and abandon the fight when the enemy whispered lies to you, telling you that it was all pointless and useless. You kept on listening and paying attention to my voice. You stayed present and engaged with me through it all. You chose to obey me and follow my instructions, and now you are reaping and harvesting the rewards that your endurance and perseverance have earned for you. Your house will no longer feel like a heavy burden that you have to carry. It will begin to feel like a blessing and a gift that you get to enjoy. You will wake up in the morning feeling lighter and more at ease. You will walk through the halls of your home with calm and peace in your heart. You will speak your words with clarity and confidence. You will begin to notice how peaceful and quiet the air around you feels. That is me, living and dwelling there with you. That is my spirit, filling the space around you. That is what it feels like when heaven takes root and establishes itself in your earthly space and your everyday life. I want you to keep this going and continue moving forward in this new way of living. Keep worship music playing in your home as much as you can. Keep praying out loud and inviting me into your moments. Keep blessing and speaking favor over every corner and every room. You do not need to be loud or perfect in how you do these things. You simply need to be present and aware of me in your daily life. You just need to be conscious and mindful of my presence with you always. Invite me in every single day, even if it is just with a quiet whisper in your heart, God, you are welcome here in this place. Just that one simple sentence can shift and change your entire day and everything in it. Comment 333. If you commit and promise to keep my presence first and most important in your home every single day going forward, let your home become the very place where miracles begin to happen and unfold, the place where your children can hear my voice speaking to them, the place where creative ideas and inspirations are born and come to life, the place where restoration and healing happen for broken hearts and wounded souls, the place where healing flows freely like a river to all who enter, the place where I live and dwell, and where your purpose and destiny can grow and flourish, because I do not only want to give you a peaceful home to live in and enjoy, I want to use your home as a seed and a starting point for revival and transformation, and I will do exactly that, I promise you. What happens inside your home, will begin to spread and flow outward into the world around you. The atmosphere that you have built and cultivated will begin to touch and affect other people in positive ways. Friends and family will come to visit you, and they will feel the difference in your home. Family members will come over, and they will feel lighter and more at peace without knowing why. Guests will weep and cry without understanding the reason for their tears. This is all because peace is contagious and can spread from person to person. Glory leaves a residue and an impression on everyone it touches, and your obedience to me has built an altar in your home where I can now move freely and without hindrance. You have done well, my child. You have followed my voice and my leading. You have taken what I have spoken to you seriously and treated it with importance. And now, at this moment, I release my final blessing and my complete favor over your home, not as a guest who comes and goes, but as your Lord and your God, not as a visitor who stops by for a short time, but as the one who will never leave you or abandon you. From the very top of the roof down to the foundation below, from the floorboards under your feet to the windows that look out at the world, from the walls that surround you to the very air that you breathe, I cover it all with my protection. I protect it and keep it safe. I bless it and pour out my favor upon it. This is the shift and the change that you have been praying for and waiting to see. This is the turning point that you have been hoping would come. This is the fresh breath of wind that resets everything and makes all things new. Your home is not the same as it was before you heard my voice. It is now exactly what I declare and speak over it to be. Holy, blessed and favored, covered and protected, peaceful and calm, safe and secure, and filled to overflowing with my glory and my presence. No matter what the world outside those walls looks like or what is happening out there, inside your home, you will know and experience rest and peace. You will know and experience joy and gladness. You will know and experience me, your God, in a deep and personal way. This is the result and the fruit of your obedience to me. This is the harvest and the reward of your faith and trust. And this is only the very beginning of the miracles that I will release and pour out from this home, starting right now in this moment. You are about to see it all come together and fall into place, just as I have promised you. Just stay close to me and remain with me through it all. Keep this house and this home held safely in my hands. Keep your heart wide open and receptive to me, and watch closely and carefully what I will do next in your life. Comment 555. If you believe and declare that this house is now a home where heaven itself lives and dwells, there are people who are connected to you and part of your life who will feel the shift and the change in your spirit simply because the air that surrounds you has been transformed and made new. They will not be able to explain or understand why they feel safe and at peace when they are in your space, why they feel calm and rested when they are in your presence. It is because what I have placed over your home is not just protection and safety, it is an outpouring and an overflow of my spirit and my presence. What started as a time of cleansing and purifying has now turned into a permanent covering and a lasting blessing. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file just exposed a 9-word pattern that activates wealth-attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily and watch money flow like water into your life. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. It all begins at this moment. I am pouring out healing and restoration into family bonds that have been strained and damaged over time. Conversations that have been difficult or impossible will begin to flow again easily and naturally. Arguments that once exploded and caused damage will begin to dissolve and disappear before they even start. Offenses and hurts that built walls between you will be replaced by understanding and compassion for one another. And even when the enemy tries to re-enter and come back in through people who bring division and conflict, he will fail completely and utterly in his attempts. Why will he fail? Because the atmosphere has been changed and transformed by my power. What used to trigger you and set you off will no longer disturb your spirit or upset your peace. My peace will act as a shield and a guard around your heart, protecting you from every attack. Comment. Amen. If you are ready and willing to walk in the restoration and healing that I am bringing to your relationships and the people you love, the peace that now rests and abides in your home will begin to overflow and spill out into your personal life and every area you touch. You will begin to make decisions with greater clarity and confidence than ever before. You will feel less overwhelmed and burdened by the challenges of life. Your sleep will become deeper and more restful, restoring your strength. Your mornings will carry hope and expectation with them when you wake up, because when I move into a place and make it my home, everything in that place shifts and changes for the better. You are not under pressure and stress any longer. You are under my presence and my covering instead, and my presence working in you can accomplish more in a single second than all of your striving and struggling could achieve in an entire lifetime. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase just 9 words long that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever.